Hi folks, Puffin here with your Antifa News Briefa for November 19th, 2021. What if we don't die edition. So this one's called What If We Don't Die? What if we don't die? I'm super against death. I'm just not into death at all. But it is something we have to talk about. And in this case, I want to talk about what if we don't die? Now, as someone who's super not into death, if there's some way of avoiding death personally, of living in your body forever for a very long time, especially being young, have a youthful body for ever for a very long time, I will let you know. You'll hear about it here on this channel, or please let me know if you know about that and make a video. But that's not really what this is about. What if we don't die personally as a spirit? What if we live immortally? That's not really what this is about either. The Puffin channel and Antifa News Brief is a spiritual and political channel. It does merge these things in a lot of different ways. And asking that question does kind of merge these things. If we don't die, if we have eternal spirits who are reincarnated, for instance, in subsequent lives, say into the future in the world, then we all live forever as long as humanity lives. But if humanity dies out, then we don't live for, when we reincarnate in human bodies, then we don't get those anymore if humanity doesn't live after a certain point. So all that's over, and possibly all of our souls are lost with it. Could be, part of, the baby that's thrown out without bathwater. We don't really want all of humanity to die. So the question is really not about the individual. The question is about the social, the collective. What if we don't die? What if humanity continues? What if humanity makes it? What if our souls that are reincarnated in future humans continue in more future humans instead of killing ourselves as a species? And you say, well, that's morbid. Why are you bringing that up? And like I said, I don't like death. I wouldn't like to bring these things up. But I'm not the one bringing it up. This is actually the situation we're facing with climate catastrophe, climate change, global warming. However softly you want to call it, it threatens to kill all of humanity. They talk about the difference between 1% and 2%. 2% is we all die. 2% or whatever might tip things in such a point that, I guess the balance can be restored and maybe some animals will come back, but maybe a lot of the animal and plant life and stuff will die. Other life on Earth will die as well if we push things that far. And there's certainly a point that we're reaching where that's the case. So what if we don't die is a question to ask, because we could get to a point where there not only no turning back, we're all going to die from what we've done. We could get to that point with nuclear power or nuclear weapons, which we should get rid of them for that reason. But we can get to that point with climate. And if we get to that point, that's bad. But is that the reason to be like, oh, well, let's just go out with a bang? Because that will make the death of us, of humanity, even worse. So if we get to that point, it would still be nice to put the brakes on it and try to reverse things and turn around. So even if we're all going to die, it's a softer, easier, smoother death for all of humanity. But what if we all don't die? What if we don't die? There is a way of not reaching that point. We might have already passed it. Honestly, we literally might have already passed it. But if not, then there are a certain number of days before we reach that point. And these are the days we have. This is why we need to do it. Top priority. Turn everything around against oil and gas and war and all that stuff, all the fossil fuels and all the people who back them, the evil people you can tell in the world, and live. And get the world to live and save the world. Thanks so much for watching Puffin channel. Please share and comment and all that stuff. And let's live. Because what if we don't die? We'll live. So what are we going to live with? Let's make it good. And we can keep making it good and keep making it better. And once we get on that vibe, everything's going to be great. Love you forever. See you soon. Have fun.